Chuyện ma song ngữ Anh-Việt, tập 11, Sợi Chỉ Đỏ.
The Red Thread. It was a humid night in Hanoi, the kind where the air clings to your skin like a second layer. Linh, a 28-year-old graphic designer, was walking home from her late-night shift. The streets were quiet, save for the hum of motorbikes in the distance. She took a shortcut through a narrow alley, one she'd walked 100 times before. But tonight, something felt off. The streetlights flickered, casting long, distorted shadows. Lin's eyes caught a glimpse of something on the ground, a thin, red thread, shimmering faintly under the dim light. Curious, she bent down to pick it up. It felt unnaturally cold, almost wet, like it had been soaked in something. She tucked it into her pocket, thinking it was just a piece of string, and continued walking. That night, Linh couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the red thread, twisting and curling like a living thing. Around 2 a.m., she heard it, a faint rhythmic tapping, like fingernails on glass, coming from her window. She lived on the 5th floor. Her heart raced as she pulled the curtains aside. Nothing, just the empty street below. The next day, the thread was gone from her pocket. She searched her apartment, but it was nowhere to be found. At work, her computer started glitching, displaying strange, pixelated patterns that looked like veins. That night, the tapping returned, louder, more insistent. She didn't dare check the window. On the 3rd night, Linh woke up gasping. Something was tightening around her wrist. She looked down and froze. The red thread was back, wrapped around her arm, pulsing faintly like it had a heartbeat. She tried to cut it with scissors, but the blades wouldn't touch it. The thread tightened, and a cold, sharp pain shot through her body. In a panic, Linh ran to her neighbor, an old woman who knew the city's old tales. The woman's eyes widened when Linh showed her the thread. "That's no ordinary thread," she whispered. "It's a blood tie. Something dead is holding on to you." Lin's vision blurred as the thread tightened again. The old woman grabbed her hand and began chanting, but the air grew heavy and the lights flickered. The last thing Linh saw was the thread slithering up her arm, toward her heart. The next morning, the neighbor found Lin's apartment empty. The red thread was gone, but in the alley where Linh had found it, a new thread appeared, shimmering under the streetlight, waiting for someone else to pick it up. What would you do if you found a red thread in the dark?
Nhớ bấm theo dõi kênh để đón xem nhiều tập truyện hay và ý nghĩa khác nhé.